All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. This episode, we're talking about 5 players having a very quiet camp. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. This episode's brought to you by Happy Nuts. We're once again going to be doing giveaways. This month, we're going to be doing the Bulber. The Bulber, your groin's best friend. Gentle enough to get those delicate areas, tough enough to get that face. Happy Nuts, link down in the description for the Bulber. Once again, we'll be doing this as a giveaway. You got to be a member. Got to be a member. So check out Happy Nuts. Like I said, link down in the description. Let's talk about 5 guys having quiet camps.
After being at training camp, I think every guy we met down there could definitely use the Bulber. So yes, 5 guys having a quiet camp. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Sometimes a quiet camp can be good. But these are guys we kind of expected to hear a little bit more about, and it's been very, very quiet on their fronts. Let's start with the rookie 7th round pick, Michael Juergens, a guy seen the draft video, Vikings super high on. He can play center, he can play guard. And you're hearing some of these rumblings, but Dalton Rice potentially being a cut candidate. Well, who's going to take his place? Is it Michael Juergens? Because if it was, I would like to hear something about how he's progressing.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not all bad if you're not hearing about him. It's not like we're hearing about how bad he got smoked by somebody. So, Juergens, the Vikings clearly like this guy. The thing with Juergens is he's got Dan Feeney, who pretty much does kind of the same role as him. So Feeney is getting a majority of those snaps, but Juergens, dude who can play multiple positions. I think they got high hopes for him. I guess realistically, I think he'll be on the practice squad, but I would love nothing more than some late round or undrafted offensive lineman.
We need it.
Just like we just get a steal.
We're due. We're so due for that to happen to us. It hasn't. Let's talk about a new face here. Not a rookie, but a free agent signing late in the process. Wide receiver Trent Sherfield. There was some buzz about him. OTAs kind of becoming J.J. McCarthy's go-to target, but that's kind of just died down.
Yeah, I think that had a lot more to do with the fact that J.J. McCarthy was throwing him the ball, not so much him catching the ball. Sherfield, I mean, at this point, you look at the wide receiver depth. I guess I'd be surprised if he even makes the roster. He's a good blocking wide receiver. He's been around the league, but I mean, Lucky Jackson was out there making a lot of plays when we were there. We got these other guys, so Sherfield I would have expected to hear more about.
Yeah, he was always going to be a bubble boy, and again,
horrible
the fact
movie.
that he's a bubble boy with no buzz, not a good thing. You mentioned Lucky Jackson out there, and Jalen Nailor's been the talk of camp with how he's been breaking out, making all kinds of plays. So it's looking a little bit slim for old Mr. Sherfield. Let's go.
Hold on. Speaking of buzz, this puppy lasts 150 minutes. That's a lot of buzzing.
That is a lot of buzzing. That'd be one session for me. Let's go to the D line. Let's go to Kalen Roy, another guy who was at the end of minicamp OTAs. Was like, holy shit, this guy is looking great. He's playing with the ones. We're like, finally, Kalen Roy. And camp started, and I think we've seen like one report on him. It's been just
we've said it multiple times. It's just like this D line's so thin. Why are we not hearing more about him? Like, he should be a standout amongst this group. And I guess realistically, he was a 5th round pick. Maybe we have too high expectations for Kalen Roy.
I don't think we do. Like, it's not like he has to like surmount this really, really impressive depth chart with all these star players. It's a bunch of dudes. It's Harrison Phillips and a bunch of dudes. The fact he's not climbing that or making noise on it, it's a little bit disheartening. Hopefully we start to hear something soon, because like you said, I really thought we were going to hear how he's breaking out and dominating. It's just been nothing. Just nothing.
Nothing. Secret weapon.
I don't want him to be a secret. I want him to be a very known weapon. I don't want this to be a secret.
Trying anything, man. Anything. That's another defensive lineman. Freaking Jerry Tillery. I got so high hopes for Jerry Tillery. I pretty much have him as the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. And I mean, is he there? Is he at training camp?
I don't know. And it's hard for like some of these D linemen to really step out and shine in these practices, because they always blow the run plays dead. They don't call sacks. But you can hear Harrison Phillips getting back there and stuff and run. And we saw, I can't remember who it was, but someone stuffed it. It was Jonah Williams when we were there watching. You can hear some of that from Jerry Tillery, especially, the bar you set for him is through the ceiling, almost to the moon. It's so damn high. Again, just like Sherfield, a free agent who could be on the cutting block.
No, he's making the team. Around. He's making the team.
He's no guarantee.
He's going to start for the Vikings. My expectations for him, while are to the moon, they're also like 4.5 sacks. Like, come on, man, come on, give me 4.5 sacks.
I'd love it. Oh, all right. Let's go over to tight end. Johnny Munt making a ton of noise. Nothing about Josh Oliver catching passes. We heard that last year, like, oh my God, this could be Josh Oliver's break year as a receiver. It actually was. Didn't have a huge stat line. But with TJ Hawkinson out, now Bob Tunyon going out, maybe we'll start hearing more about Josh Oliver in the passing game, but it's been absolutely quiet on that front.
Yeah, and his biggest thing is blocking. He did have his career of the year last year. Will he have another career year? I doubt. I mean, that's where his numbers probably will be. But when you're a blocking tight end in training camp, I guess I would expect it to be a little bit quieter. But I hope he's catching a lot of balls out there. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd want Bob Tunyon catching more of the balls than Oliver. Oliver, you just go block your ass off.
Yeah, I think he might, I think the Vikings will run the ball more this year, and that will be, his primary role, just to block, which is fine. Which is all we need for him to do.
Best in the league, baby.
Let's drop one more, another free agent, outside edge rusher, super quiet. Forgot he was even on the team. Jihad Ward, coming off a 5-sack season, I think, for 4.5 with the Giants last year.
Yeah, and maybe this is just the fact that he's got all those sexy names ahead of him. The Grenards, everybody loves Van Ginkel, Dallas Turner, the beautiful, sexy rookie edge rusher that we all have high hopes for. Maybe he's just getting a little bit lost in the shuffle, but out of all those veterans we signed, like the Grazier Hills, the Jihad Wards, the Jerry Tillerys, these guys that are kind of just in the middle, we're going to end up cutting some of them. I hope it's not Ward.
It might be, it might not be. I like to have a guy who's done it, who has some sacks, even just recently, a veteran player, other than these young guys, so it's all upside. So it'd be nice to have someone like that. We'll see what they decide to do, but it would be nice to hear him making some kind of a play. Just remind us all that he's there.
He's there. He's there. Secret weapon, as they say. Those are guys that we see having a little bit of a quiet camp. Who do you got down there? Put it down in the comments. If you have somebody you'd like to hear more of. And also remember that Bulber link is down in the description, so hit it up. Happy nuts.
Remember this. There's a town in Texas called Ding Dong.
Yeah.